Here it is, fellas. The ending we've all been waiting for. I'm going to clean everything up here, um, just so that you guys are aware. I'm just gonna get it out of the way so that it's not distracting us. All this stuff we're not gonna use. I don't know if it's even worth trying to take the Whisker Harp. I don't know if he has any moods. Yeah, I have a lot of housekeeping to do before we get after it. And none of this stuff even matters, because we're not coming back to it. Black lichen, iron. Just put all this stuff away. Eating the black lichen wouldn't help anybody, unfortunately. They're a little too far away from any of the goodies. But that was a good thought though, better than just wasting it. But we want to keep these out because I'm sure there will be some targeting random survivors scenarios. And we liked the gear grids set up the way they were, I believe. You don't get any bonus for taking in dragon vestments, I assume, so not really a reason to take these in. Take those in, I mean. We don't need the scavenger kit or the bone sickle. None of us can consume any acanthus, even if there is. The Lion Slayer cape is kind of tempting to take in to avoid a damage, a -1, but I'm not sure how much that'll actually help with what he's putting out with a +3 damage. I don't know. It was weird. That did feel weird. I'll leave it out just because there's a chance we may end up using it. Nothing else is going to get used here, though. The cleanest this table's been for months. Luck charm. No. Get your butcher. Ooh. Yeah, I think the gear grids are pretty much stuck the way they are as well. They're they're good gear grids. They're good looking. So I'm not upset about that either. But I am upset that I'm gonna have to hand set up this entire showdown because the sim doesn't have an option to set it up for you, an auto setup for the boss fight. So that's gonna take a few extra minutes as well. That's mostly why I'm clearing all this stuff off so that it doesn't get in the way. I'm sure he has Indomitable. Hey Rock. Yeah, we will review it all. That's what I'm saying, Bill. That's kind of why I started early, is just so that I could get all this stuff off the table and get us totally ready to rock and roll. Hopefully we won't need these. We left those out from the butcher fight. Can't knock down Dragon King. Yeah. Uh-oh. I'm frozen. Oh my gosh. My whole like mouse. There's something glitched in the... My whole mouse isn't even registering when I try to pick on stuff. I might have to reset. Not might. We'll have to. Sorry, everybody. So, the only time I've ever fought the Dragon King was incorrectly in the first Dragon King campaign I ever played. And it was brought to my attention early on in this one. We only made it to like Lantern Year 10 or something in that campaign, but it was brought to my attention here that that is not the way this campaign operates. So I'm pretty blind as far as this fight goes. That's better. We're back in business now. I was probably picking up too many items and throwing them away. It overwhelmed it. Okay, that board looks pretty cleared off. Let's send the lope back to the shelf. Let's make sure we have our characters. So rock is going to remain rock. Metal rock. And then guts is taking over the green grid, it looks like, maybe? No? Tarna's definitely staying on sword. So let's update her grid since we know hers is staying. So she does have the Gorment suit, but this is now the beacon shield. So let's switch these two. Gorment mask is down here. Tridecanthus, not Whisker Harp, but Cat Eye Circlet. Tridecanthus gets 2 survival on departure, which it already updated that. Perfect. Okay. Tarna's looks good. Yeah, and then we were trying to decide who gets it, or who gets which grid, Guts or Titan. I think we were going to put Guts on... No, we were putting Guts on the Spear, because he has Spear and Axe Mastery. That's right. Guts gets the mask? Oh, okay. So we could put Guts on the mask. I was thinking we probably should... well, either way, they're an axe, so whichever one we use, he'll get the Axe Mastery, which is the better of the 2 masteries. And he has a permanent luck. Does Titan have a permanent luck? Titan doesn't have a permanent luck, so if we use Guts, he'll get 1 permanent luck, the Gax is deadly for 2, the Death Mask gives him 4 more, which would put him at 6 luck. So he would be critting on 4 plus, with the greatest Gax, which is Savage. Let's throw him there. Let's let him try. Some Savage attacks, I think, is the way we win. So we'll give him the Screaming Armor. So this, we had to move a ton of stuff around to get rid of the affinities. Hazmat Shield. Okay, so that just hasn't been replaced yet. The bracers went up. Leg warmers went over, like that. And then this needs to be the Hazmat Shield rare gear, as well as the Death Mask, which I don't think I put that back in. I didn't. It's kind of fun to get that back. I'm a big fan of the Death Mask. Who died? We killed everybody that wasn't going out on this hunt. so that we could build the death mask, so that we could sacrifice and take these retired survivors out. So it is just the 4 of us. Which gives +4 luck. So the hazmat shield has block of 2. It adds 2 to all hit locations, and when the monster performs Unseen Agony or Meltdown, roll a d10 on a result of 2+, you suffer no damage. Yeah, it's true, Rock. It is true. So we get some insanity when we arrive. That's about it. We do have the hours ring. Not sure if we'll use it. We'll have to see how the fight goes, because there is some sort of serenity in gracefully losing. I'm hoping that it's better. I'm hoping that it's better than the Gold Smoke Knight fight. That fight is such a bummer. Longclaw is now the Stampede Glaive, which was a lot harder to get than we thought it was going to be. And bandages. Bandies. No, yeah, I mean, Bill, if it's like a close fight, I would definitely want to run it back. So if it's different than the Gold Smoke Knight, I think we keep it to possibly give us a second turn. But like, if you've ever fought the Gold Smoke Knight, the last thing I want to do is spoil it for anybody. But um, there are some fights you just have no interest in replaying. So we have reach of 2. When we dash with this weapon, it gains a speed until the end of the showdown. So we'll need to kind of be careful with that, because we don't want to be having 6 speed. So we get 2 survival and 2 insanity on departure. Okay. Alright, so we've got everybody's gear grids up. I've got a fresh notebook page here for notes. So we'll go through Rock's character first. So let me put on here, Rock has Champion's Right. Anything else worth noting? Pristine, we'll get to that, I'm sure. Psychovore doesn't really matter, because at the end, if they die, it's okay. Yeah, I was in there picking up some coins too. Had a great time last night, actually. Sweet Battle. But he does have a Shattered Jaw. I think all of our survivors have Shattered Jaws. Maybe not Guts, actually. Guts might not. It's true. Shouted me out in the Discord. Thank you. It's gonna be crazy. So Guts is our next survivor. Let's throw down some notes for him. So he has Fated Blow. I won't write down any of the severe stuff just because Mighty Strike. That's probably worth remembering. Quixotic is good. Quixotic, sorry. I still always say it. Now, this is where it gets kind of crazy because he's a master with an axe. So not only does he get the specialization, but when an axe master wounds a monster with an axe at a location with a persistent injury, that wound becomes a critical wound. So he's actually critting on 4+ with this Gax. And it's Savage. That's the reason he's there, is because the crits will be Savage. So the mastery's kind of wasted, but It's mostly for the savage to do those double wounds. Okay. And then Tarna, we got rid of her megalophobia so that she could come out. Tarna is our Frozen Star warrior. So we cannot forget to use Frozen Star. Tough is nice. Monster Panic, we'll need to remember that one. Intimidate actions will be a little worse for her. Way of Rust, our bleeds are also evasion tokens. So bleed. Not sure how much he hands out bleeds, but why does she have 0 survival and insanity? I'm assuming she probably had Destined last time we took her out. Probably. That's just best guess. I don't really remember off the top. Oh, I did forget to check. So she doesn't have a Shattered Jaw. Guts does, though? When the heck did he pick up a Shattered Jaw? Is she the only one? No, Titan also doesn't have a Shattered Jaw. So Titan is our last survivor to go over, who has Fated Blow, Champion's Right, Leader, and he can encourage, so that's good. No disorders. Thundercaller doesn't really help. He has Sweet as well. Only 2 of our survivors have Sweet Battle, and it's Rock and Titan. 2 important ones to have it. They'll be 2 big hitters. Psychovore. So, ooh, Psychovore. Does Tarna have a disorder? She does. Monster Panic. So if we eat Monster Panic, Tarna will actually pick up an additional evasion because of that bleed token she'll gain. So that could be worth exploring. I'm not thinking we're going to have room for that Slayer Cape anywhere, really. So we need to build the monster deck because there is not a hotkey for it in the sim. So let me just get all his cards out, mostly just his AI. We need hit location and AI. Tarna would get +2 evasion. Yeah, it's true. Which could come in big time handy. So AI, hit locations. So for AI, it's kind of interesting. He has a very specific, I'm sure it's the worst of his worst attacks. So we need to find Nash, Mournful Swipe. One of my main grievances about the sim, no auto. Yeah, agreed. Um, it it will most of the time, like for most of your hunts, you can auto build it now. Just not this boss fight, I guess, the final fight. So we need Nash and Mournful Swipe. Just Nash, Mournful Swipe. Wait, I thought it said Mournful Swipe was a basic. It does. It says Mournful Swipe is one of the basic attacks, but that was definitely an advanced, right? Is there a Mournful Swipe advanced and basic? No. Okay. 1-2 punch, overheat, and rough smack. 1-2 punch. I'm not sure. Overheat and rough smack, is that what it was? I think. Yeah, and then advanced is Ashen Return, Countdown, Glowing Fist. Ashen Return, Countdown, Glowing Fist. Couple moods. Heated Strike and Crisis Crater. Heated Strike. And Death Descending is his one legendary that he gets, which I think we can all safely assume is probably no good. So that's all the AI it says to... Oh, I'm sure he's got traits, right? No traits? Is this just not marked up very well? Is the sim book off? I have the physical book right here. I have a very hard time believing that a legendary monster would not have all the traits. But this is not a showdown with the Dragon King. This is Death of the Dragon King event. Oh yeah, there we go. Okay, so the book has him. I got the book with me here. So he's got Irradiate, Unseen Agony, Smolder, and Trample. Oh yeah, thanks Ruck. I see that now on your message. Smolder. So it's 4. Smolder, not Starward. Irradiate. So we have 2 of them so far. Oh. Oh, I see. I think that the sim has some of those traits as these cards. We did need Crisis Crater. Yep. There must have been 2 of them. So it's Irradiate. Am I just missing it in the book? The traits? Oh my gosh, I am. I am so sorry. That's wicked embarrassing. It's right in front of my face. Guess I'm just nervous. Irradiate, Smolder, Unseen Agony, and Trample. But those are the only 2 in there, is Smolder and Intimidate. So we're still missing Unseen Agony and Trample. Thanks, Titan. I really appreciate that, man. Spending time with you guys is absolutely a highlight of my week. And I'm kind of sad to take a month off, but I think it'll be a good kind of reset for everybody. And then I would like to go after a People of the Bloom. It's there next to Roar. Crisis Crater, yeah, but we already have one in this. We have Crisis Crater right here, so it has 2, but we only pick 1. I can't find Unseen Agony or Trample though. Oh, Trample is a Trample is a Screaming Antelope. Hey Jeremy, what's up? So we need this. Second from the end is where the other one is. Okay, let me just grab Trample real quick. Trample. I did remember, I think it was Mithra told me that the dragon will have a antelope. Oh, appreciate the sub, man. Thank you. Welcome to the group. So the only one I'm missing is Unseen Agony. And you're saying it's second from the end. I am pretty blind. There it is. Oh gosh. Okay. So we've got all of his stuff set up here, including his AI. So we'll give that a good, oh, I can't G shuffle anymore. A good triple shuffle. We'll give it the triple shuffle because that's what 3 has been our number all campaign, for better or worse. Alright. Now he also gets 2 speed and 3 damage. What is this game about? This is a game called Kingdom Death. Um, it's pretty much a survival game, I guess you could say. You build up a settlement and become stronger, fight monsters, harvest those monsters for the specific gear that they have. That gear will help you fight better monsters. This is the best monster in this campaign. This is the final boss fight, basically. So either win here or lose. Um, okay, and then so 2 speed, 3 damage. The Dragon King begins with 20 life points. I'm not sure it's worth getting this universal card out because I'm not going to put dice on it, I don't think. Universal health card, life right here. It would be nice if you could type in those boxes, but it's really hard to set D10s where you want them on this game, and we're going to be using all the dice anyways, so I'll keep track here. So we'll put over here that he's starting with 20, so we have to wound him 20 times. All right. Now we need to set up the board. So, wow. 2 toppled pillars, 2 stone columns, and that's it. Yeah, we'll definitely go through the traits. I'm still just trying to get this set up. Terrain. There we go. So we need 2 toppled pillars and 2 of the triple pillars. 1, 2, and 1, 2. I'm surprised there's no lava pool or obsidian rock or anything. That also means we need both of these and all 6 of the stone columns. Okay. So these go 1 down from the top and 4 over. So 1, 2, 3, 4 right there. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. Hopefully Bill doesn't get shadow banned in chat again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 away from the pillars. So move this one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 is where he sits. 1 away from the back, like that. Puts him directly in the middle. And then our little pillars are 3 off of his front shoulders. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Oh, the 4 of us start directly in front of him. That's hilarious. What a huge base. 4 by 4? Oh my gosh. That's so absurd. Yeah, I worked at Costco for a little while doing like holiday help when I was fresh out of high school. And yeah, I was eating a freaking grease missile $1.50 hot dog every day after shift and snagging a rotisserie chicken on the way home. Yeah, those dogs are good. Bad for me. I got the hot dog burps all day after eating them, but worth it. Okay, so we have 2 more right off the survivors. Is it 3 in front of them or 2 in front of them? Just 2 in front of them. So 1, 2, 1, 2. Those will rotate. Okay, kind of narrows our walkway there. And then these ones are kind of tough. So it's up 3, up 3 over 3. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2 here. And 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Right? 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Yep. Perfect. Okay, so that is our showdown board set up. Okay? We've gone through our characters' grids. We know the grids are okay. So now let's slowly go through the Dragon King's traits that we'll be dealing with. One that we're familiar with is Trample. It's from the Screaming Antelopes deck. When the monster collides with a survivor, they suffer damage equal to monster's level to a random hit location. That's awkward. Is he a level 4? No, he's still just considered a level 3. Okay, so we'll take 3 damage to a random hit location every time he runs into us. Smolder, at the beginning of each monster turn, perform Irradiate, which brings us to Irradiate. The chest sphincter tugs open, revealing the Dragon King's radioactive heart. The monster gains a -1 toughness token. If it has 5 or more -1 toughness tokens, its heart is exposed, and we do the story event Meltdown. Otherwise, we perform Unseen Agony, which takes us to Unseen Agony. All survivors in the blast zone, which is 3 around him in every direction, suffer 1 damage for each of the -1 toughness tokens the Dragon King has to monster level random hit locations. So that is, for anybody that might not quite understand that, that means that every time he gets a toughness token, we suffer 1 damage per toughness token to 3 different locations because he is a level 3. Okay, those will be pretty easy. We'll need to go pretty slow to keep that in mind. Now let's go through the book again. So we are in this campaign. This is the last year, so we are, in theory, fighting our god. That being said, the god has 10 movement with 17 toughness, which the antelope we just fought last year had 16 toughness. So this is doable, but he will produce big damage because he has +3 damage. So that's going to hurt. Let's get his basic action out so we can get an idea of what even just his basic action is. So his basic action consists of 2 speed, accuracy of 2+ with damage of 2. So if he does his basic action, it will be 4 speed, so 4 dice, and 5 damage each dice. Yikes. And then he performs Irradiate every turn after a basic action, which Irradiate is this one that we read. He gains a -1 toughness. But Meltdown, don't let it fool you. If I remember right, Meltdown is a nightmare. It is no good. Also worth noting, the Hazmat Shield that Guts has. When the monster performs Unseen Agony or Meltdown, roll a d10. On a result of 2 or higher, you suffer no damage. So, he's going to be our big hitter, I think. Let's get these done. Yeah, he does. He does Irradiate at the start of every turn and could even do it at the end of most turns. Lots of Irradiate. So, Rock is still our red character. Guts has taken over this white gear grid. Oops, I have caps lock on. Guts, you ate 3.5 pounds of meatloaf? Oh my gosh. You'd be living on the turdlet after that. Titan is taking over our green. And Tarna will be our swords master. And I think we are about as ready as we can be to get this fight underway. We have the app that will keep track of our. So we'll get 7 departing survival, and everybody will get 1. I have to manually add that one for having constellations. For all intents and purposes, I'm going to depart us against a level 3 because in theory it is a level 3. One thing also worth noting, I read in here, only people of the stars may fight in this showdown. The Dragon King awaits, the survivors go first. What a punk. That's why he starts all the way on the opposite side of the board, because we really can't get there. Now, Tarna has a disorder that is not something we're very interested in. And that severe injury is very frustrating. So we need to put Tarna next to... It could go next to Titan. So if Tarna's next to Titan, Titan has the ability to eat her disorder and gain a permanent strength from it. So that'll be awesome. So I think we're situated kind of the way we need to be here. Let's go ahead and depart officially on our final boss fight. She doesn't start with bleed tokens. I just haven't departed yet. So once I depart and add arrival bonuses, nobody will have any bleeds or anything. Okay. So Titan's going to do that right now. It's not an activation, it's not a survival, it's nothing. So Titan gains +1 permanent strength, eats Tarna's disorder, which I think we're going to just get rid of Monster Panic. That one is not cool. And gains a bleed. That bleed then turns into an evasion. Helps make a little bit more slippery. I don't even know how to approach. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. He's in range, technically. Oh my gosh. Everybody has 5 movement, right? Nope, Titan has 4. Titan, you cripple. Why do you have 4 movement? No severe injuries, but has 4 movement? That's weird. Huh. Oh well. Cripple. So we could run and dash with Guts. You do have reach. Yeah. So we could run and dash with Guts, use reach, run and dash with Titan. Yeah, let's do it. Guts will go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Alright. Guts rolls up straight down Park Avenue. Spends a survival to dash. Does everybody have 13? Sorry, I forgot to... I have to manually give one more to everybody, so Tarna's the only one that really gets it. Guts rolls up with the greatest Gax. Guts does have Fated Blow, so we may end up using that at some point here. Oh, I have to shuffle the hit locations up at the traps on top. So we'll give it triple shuffle. For speed. hitting on 4+. Knock 'em dead, Guts. 593, 2 for 4. Soft opening statement from Guts. There's a super dense, which isn't gonna really matter for us because we do have strong weapons. Now these are crits. We're very likely to crit here. We're critting on a 4+. So what is gonna be the better? This crit. If the attacker is in the Dragon King's blind spot, it's stunned. Cancel all monster reactions until the end of the round. We are not in the blind spot. So it's actually kind of a bummer crit, to be frank. And gaining a random Dragon King resource probably won't help us much. But we're savage right now. So if we're savage, which means we gain devastating once, we could potentially do 4 damage here. So we'll just go after this Serpent Talon right off the bat. The Greatest Gax has 14 strength, so we need a 3+ to wound or a 4+ to critically wound. Let's get this started on the right note, please. Yeah. Yep. A natural natty crit. You know what? I'm pulling his resources out anyways. I don't even care if we're never going to be able to use them. We're pulling him out because we're picking him to pieces. I want to hold the pieces that I cut off of his body. So I'll give these a shuffle. Yeah, there could be something that we could use now. First one is King's Claws. They are a bone with no effect currently. So this is critically wounded, which the savage of that axe means that we get to do 2 wounds there, so he's down to 18 health. I am now going to declare Fated Blow for the second one, which gives me +2 strength, and on a wound, if I wound him at all, it's devastating. It is a wound. It is a crit as well. So that brings him down to 16 health. But we do have to suffer this crit. So we're not in the blind spot, which means we don't get to cancel all the reactions. And all survivors within 2 spaces of the Dragon King suffer knockback 5. So he's going to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 get knocked back to there. He has already dashed, so he will not be able to move again, but if the Dragon King happens to move up close to him, he can surge and attack again. But until then, he's out of moves for now. Okay, I'm thinking we do the same thing here with Titan. We have now used Guts Fated Blow. We cannot use it again. Titan's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, dash, 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh. Titan can't get close enough. Doesn't have reach 3. Yeah, that's tragic. Which means that I don't think any of the rest of us are going to be able to get into range, because Rock can't run through that, so that would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and he doesn't have reach 2. Do you think they should eat one of Tarna's to give her another evasion? So I'm not sure if the Dragon King does damage like... We did get rid of Monster Panic. If it does damage like the Phoenix, where it does like group damage or not. So I'm going to go with Titan 1, 2, 3, 4. No, that sucks. That movement sucks so bad. I do want to eat one of Tarna's disorders, so maybe we'll just end up switching them places. Who has... Tarna has the Gorm armor. So Tarna could go 1, 2, 3, 4. And... oh, she could Cat Eye Circlet. Let's do that. Let's Cat Eye Circlet, which allows us to look at these top 3 hit locations. 1, 2, 3. What the hell are these? Microwave Heart. The reflex is to irradiate. Am I saying that word right? That looks weird. This reflex, turn to face the attacker. All survivors directly in front suffer knockback 5. Place 2 lava pool terrain tiles directly in front of the monster. Okay, irradiate. Oh, okay, yeah, so I was saying it right. And then engulf the light. Is a first strike impervious? At least these other ones are not impervious. So we are going to use lava pool tiles. Yuck. Those aren't great. But now Rock is going to eat Tarna's other disorder, so Tarna will gain another bleed, but she gets an evasion from that and loses weak spot. And then Rock gets a permanent strength to add to his 11 permanent strength. That's unbelievable. Now Rock's gonna take his turn. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hiding behind the tiles sounds pretty okay to me. Titan would just have to go 1, 2. We'll have Titan, Rock, both block with their shields. I'm going to have Guts, Surge, and block as well. So all 3 of these individuals are blocking if they are to be attacked. So they're using their shields to block. So now we have to go to the Dragon King. I'm going to give this a couple good shuffles. And get started. So, as a reminder, at the beginning of each monster turn, he performs Irradiate, which is, he gains a -1 toughness. And for us right now, this being his first -1 toughness, that's all he does. So he just gains the -1 toughness because he doesn't have 5 or more. So all he does, right? Yeah, and I didn't say it, so we'll roll with it the way it is. So he's just gonna draw his AI. It is an advanced, mournful swipe, random threat in range. He has a movement of 10. So I believe the pillars block line of sight. Yeah. So they're not in field of view. So really it is just Guts, even though he's the closest anyways. So rolling right up to Guts. Oh my gosh, that is a big old intimidating... Okay. So Tarna is going to spend a survival to freeze... Yeah, it doesn't say field of view. Tarna is going to spend a survival to freeze the monster's brain with Frozen Star. This means that they get -2 accuracy. So this has an accuracy of 2+. That accuracy jumps up to 4+. And Guts has only 1 evasion. So 5 plus with 5 dice. We need a lot of lows here. A lot of low rolls. I see a 1. A 1, a 3, and a 1. Hello. It's actually 7 damage each, but this misses, misses, misses. Both of these are blocked. We received no damage from that attack. Otherwise, it would have been 4 damage plus the 3. Would have been 7 damage to each location. That's so heavy. That's ridiculous. Oh, Bill, I can't believe you said that. Sorry, I am freezing in my basement. So, I need to put this sweatshirt on. Okay, that's better. My knuckles were starting to hurt. Alrighty, so now we turn the Dragon King to face a random survivor, and it gazes at them nostalgically. Shuffle the AI discard pile into the AI deck. Okay. So it's facing them already. It's facing everybody it can. And then this just gets reshuffled back in. 1, 2, 3. 7 damage is crazy, even for Rock, who's got 15 armor at every location. That's still crazy damage. Alright. So these top 3 hit locations weren't great. Oh, I'm sorry. I put those back down. I'm sorry. I keep forgetting to do this. I put them back down, but they're revealed, so we get to keep them top side up. Guts could do it. Guts could... Yeah, Guts probably does need to go, because if he crits this... Well, Irradiate isn't a big deal. It's Unseen Agony that's the big deal. Oh. Okay. Yeah, because Irradiate takes us to Unseen Agony. I see what you mean. Yeah. Because if we... Which we are going to perform Irradiate. So, are we in range? We're not in range anyways. 1, 2, 3. And Guts blocks it. So Guts, yeah, you guys are absolutely right. Guts has to do it. So on this crit, he would not move. We have to crit it. Okay. 1, 2, 3. I'm thinking run over here to this side, and Guts is going to attack with the Greatest Gax 4 speed, 4 accuracy. Oh boy, and that just gained barbed. So when it's a critical hit, a perfect hit, so it's 4 for 4. On a perfect hit, it gains barbed, which is plus 10 more strength. We know the top 3 are okay. This is a first strike impervious, which doesn't actually hurt us in this situation. So he's gonna perform Irradiate, which gets him a -1 toughness. Or is it a big deal? I'm not quite familiar enough with it. So -1 toughness. You see, because this is a first strike impervious, so it has to go first. And he performs Irradiate, which is this guy here. So we give him the -1 toughness. He does not have 5 or more. So he performs Unseen Agony. All survivors in the blast zone suffer the damage, but we have... Correct, Bill. But we have the Hazmat Shield, which means we don't take that damage. We get to ignore it. Yep, 2 toughness right here. 1, 2. So we get to ignore that and move on, which is great. So we're moving on through these. And we can put them in whatever order we want. Gain an evasion token. You may spend 2 survival if you do gain a permanent evasion instead. It's impervious, so you can't wound. I guess it doesn't really matter what order we do these in. I kind of want to do this one first to try to get that evasion right off the bat. And then I guess if we do this last and don't crit on this, he would end up moving out of range. Oh, the shield is a 2+ to ignore, that's right. So I have to roll this. Okay, a 4 does let me ignore Unseen Agony. If I roll a 1, I still have to suffer it. Thank you, Rock. Alright, and now we're on Serpent Foot. So natural 10, which gives Guts an evasion token, which he kind of needs. So it is good for an evasion token. We're not going to spend the survival to get the permanent evasion just because it's our final fight anyways, so not a whole lot of point in it. But it is savage. So we get 2 wounds for that, which brings him down to 14 HP. How could it help me? It's the +1 either way. I get a evasion token, or I can spend 2 to get a permanent evasion instead. So I get the evasion no matter what. But since it doesn't need to last past this fight, we could just leave it there. Hard to read? Okay, that's alright. That's my bad. I should have explained it a little better. Another crit maybe, please? Hello! Another crit. So we gain a husk. We don't get to do 2 damage for it on that one, though. So we gain a husk. Not that it really matters. Does it give us anything? Nope. Place a lava pool tile in an unoccupied space as close to the attacker as possible. So we gotta grab a lava pool and the lava pool terrain. Where are the train cards? I can do this. I can do this. I can't do this. I don't see terrain. Oh! That's super awkward. Found it. Okay, lava pool. I'm assuming we'll need obsidian tower on that same note at some point. So we'll throw a lava pool out. This lava pool has to go as close as possible, so we'll put it there. Now lava pool. If a survivor moves through or ends movement on this terrain, they suffer a damage and return all their flammable gear to the storage. If any other terrain is placed on this, it melts and is archived. That's funny. Burns you up. It's not flammable. Not flammable, thankfully. Not flammable. I know Phoenix gear is, but perfect. Okay, so that gets rid of this crit, which brings him down to 13 HP. And we're going after Microwave Heart. Of which we would crit, but there is no crit, so it is a successful wound. The reflex is to perform Irradiate. So we'll discard that. He's down to 12. but he gains another -1 toughness and irradiates, so we have to roll to avoid that again. Another -1 toughness. And we irradiate, so in order for Guts to dodge it, we have to roll a 2+. No problem. 8er. That'll do. Okay. Now, do we just want to surge with Guts? Or do we want to look at the top 3 cards first? A lot of options here. Let's take a peek at those top 3 cards with Tarna. Because the Black Sword's nice, but I think looking at these cards is going to be easier. So Tarna's going to look 1, 2, 3. No irradiate stuff here. High chances of crits on both of these. Serpent's Abdomen is the killing blow, which has no 3 courage, 3 understanding, and a random fighting art. Oh my gosh. I'm excited to put him in the next campaign just to fight. I think I'm gonna have Guts surge with these attacks. Because he's pretty likely to crit on most of those. So let's have Guts surge with the old Gax, the greatest Gax. 1, 2, 3, 4. On a 4+. One, two, three. 3 for 3, and we know all 3 are safe. One, 2. We're gonna keep them in that same order. We like that. Alrighty, starting with Death Blow. No crit location, so we're wounding on a 2+. A 6. That'll do. So we don't get anything from it. That brings him down to 11 HP. We'll go after Serpent's Wings next. Does have a wound on it. Our first one, our first failure. We do, however, have Axe proficiency, so we get to re-roll that 1 time for a 9, for a 7, which is a crit. So we gain a Veined Wing, dragon resource. Doesn't give us anything out of that either. And we place a lava pool terrain tile in an unoccupied space as close to the attacker as possible. Okay then. Surrounded by lava. So we discard this wound and perform 2 wounds because it is savage, which brings him down to 9 HP. And here we are onto King's Mouth. A 4 is a crit again, which feels crazy. But with 6 luck, it is a crit because he's got 5 luck plus the axe is deadly. So you've damaged. Oh, the Dragon King's Perfect Smile. The monster gains a -1 damage token. Hour's Ring is not flammable, thankfully. -1 damage is welcome all day long. Gain the King's Tongue Dragon King resource and archive this card. Ew, it's a hide? It's not even an organ? Gross. Okay. That's huge. I might surge with Tarna to look again. Is that crazy? What do you guys think? Surge to look at the next three. That would help me decide whether I'm sending Rock or Titan in. So let's surge with Tarna and take a look. Oh my gosh. So it has to be... So we could put these two back. Since Titan would only be attacking with 1 speed, he could go after this. What are the stats looking like on that spear? Because it's got lots of minus toughness. So it's got 12 to 15. That's pretty good looking. That's pretty good. We'll send Titan in, especially with his reach. 1, 2, 3. Have him attack with the Stampede Glaive 1 speed, hitting on a 3+. That'll do it. So perfect hit doesn't do anything for the glaive, I don't think. No. Okay. So he'll draw this top one, which is good. He gains +1 speed only when he dashes. We need a 3+ here to wound. A 4 will do it. A 4 is good enough to wound. It isn't a crit, but it does avoid the failure there. Why didn't I declare Fated Blow? What am I doing, guys? Pulls him down to 8. Let's dash with Titan. 1, 2, 3, 4. Because that'll block field of view for targeting. I don't want to surge because then it's Irradiate, which will be worth 4 damage. Yeah, surging would scare me, I think, with Titan. Because if I can have Dragon King attack, he'll get his 4th toughness. Shield for block. Oh, yeah. Surge to block with Titan, I agree. So we'll surge to block with Titan. We cannot block with Guts because he used his surge to attack. We cannot block with Tarna because she double Cat Eye circleted. But we sure can do it with Rock as well. And then Rock might need to start being the target after we Irradiate. Guts does not have Sweet Battle. Only Rock and Titan have Sweet Battle. According to my notes, which could be wrong. 15 armor at every location is so nice. Okay. We'll have Rock activate and block here as well. Pass things over to the Dragon King. So he's going to Irradiate to start his turn. Which means he gets another -1 toughness. That's his 4th -1 toughness. Which he's now going to perform Unseen Agony, which affects nobody except Guts. Guts has the Hazmat Shield, so he needs to roll a 2+ in order to avoid the damage. I don't like that. Yeah, I don't like that. We might have to use Titan's Lifetime Reroll on that. Don't need it. That's 4 damage to 3 locations, isn't it? Yeah. 4 damage to 3 locations is pretty bad. Yeah, it's not a crit, but it does leave him open to receiving crits moving forward. Alright. Alright, we'll take it. 4 damage to each of these 3 locations. Yeah, not without guts, though. If we lose guts, we probably lose the fight. 4 to the waist, 4 to the body, and 4 to the legs. Okay. And then now it is his actual turn. So he draws an AI. It's 4 plus. No, yeah, it's all those damage. Uh-oh, a duration. Which we can't avoid because we can't wound it away. When this is drawn face down, the dragon gains -1 toughness tokens until it has 4, which it already does. So that's it. Oh, no. Okay. So then the Dragon King flaps its wings. All survivors suffer knockback 7 away from it, which will get here and stop. This gets crushed. Guts gets knocked down and takes 1 damage to his head. Wrong. And then Rock actually stops at the board edge, right? And Tarna. Yeah, I already took the damage, Bill. So I think that Rock and Tarna get stuck there, but Titan would collide with Rock, so gets knocked down. I think they probably both get knocked down. And that would end the monster's turn. Which it would then come back to the survivors, and because we have Fist and Tooth mastery, but we all have specialization. Yeah, but they can't have 7 knockback if they run into the person next to them. Right? So he would be moving 7 that way. No, he took 1 knockback this way. And stopped at the board edge. So it's the survivor's turn again. So it's back to us. With our Fist and Tooth, we all get to stand at the start of our act, which is huge. Huge. Thanks to that Fist and Tooth mastery. And we're right back in it. Now we kind of, I think, if I remember correctly, and I could be way wrong, but Meltdown does give us a break if we're behind the pillars. I think. And that's the best I can do is assume. So if Guts rolls up and attacks, we've seen this movie before. 1, 2, 3, 4 speed on a 4 plus. Oh, it's in facing? Oh gosh. One hit is all, actually. Miss. 1, 2, 3, miss. 1 hit. As a reflex of this, it's going to perform Irradiate. Now this is Guts, who doesn't have any Fated Blow, so we'll just go right at it. Get right after it here. Yep, that's enough to wound it. Wish it was enough to take that reflex off, but that brings him down to 7 HP. Now we have to perform Irradiate, which means he gains that token, gains the -1 toughness, and if it has 5 or more, which it does, the heart is exposed, and we perform Meltdown, which is a story event. And it looks terrible. I'm hoping that the pillars save me a little bit once. The pillars don't help you. Pillars do not help you. I don't even think we can dash out of the way enough. We can't get away. Even if we dashed. 1, 2, 3, 4. No way. So we read kind of the story last week before the end of the episode, but here's Meltdown. An unseen blast tears through the darkness. The Dragon King's nuclear heart explodes with an ear-shattering whine. Everything in the monster's path burns up in a wave of unseen heat. Each survivor in the meltdown zone, which is hilarious because that's also the blind spot, so he's farting out a little bit of flame on you too. Each survivor in the meltdown zone is caught in the disintegration wave. Then archive all destructible terrain in the affected spaces. Flip all lava pool tiles to obsidian tower terrain tiles. So these flip. And this jumps out. And we archive all of it. So actually it's just these two. And I don't think this one switches. Because it's just off of his front shoulders. So it would have burned all that stuff in the affected spaces. Yeah, so this is still lava. The Dragon King's protective chest sphincter screws shut. Remove all of the -1 toughness tokens. Okay. And Guts can avoid this, but he's not even caught in it, right? Yeah, that sucks. So, caught in the disintegration wave. All survivors in the Dragon King's field of view and blind spot suffer a damage for each -1 toughness token. Wait. Well, he doesn't have any. Oh, no. Caught in the disintegration wave is way up top. Sorry, I did that out of order. Let me go back. I didn't really follow that flow very well. So each survivor in the meltdown zone is caught in the disintegration wave. So that's now we have to roll the disintegration wave. So each of them suffers 5 damage to 3 locations. All 3 of these. So we'll start with Rock, who can eat them no problem. Even if they all went to the same spot. I'm not saying they should, but... So Rock takes 15 total damage to waist. Ooh, double head hurts. And then 5 to the waist. Okay. So that's taking care of Rock. Now we gotta go to Titan, who has much less armor. We're gonna want these to spread out pretty good. Nice. Body, chest, chest, waist, arms. Okay, and then Tarna. Tarna, her armor's even a little bit worse. body, body, legs. Ouch. So it is a heavy to the body. And 5 to the legs. It's a shame block doesn't block any of those. And then we have to roll. Does 1 count for everybody, or do I have to roll 1 for each? Each survivor in the meltdown zone is caught. Okay, so each one has to roll. So we'll start with Rock. What do you got for us, Rock? Ooh, 9. 9 is the shockwave sends you flying. You land with a steaming hiss. Suffer knockback 7 and archive any soluble gear. Rock's here, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Does Rock have any soluble gear? I don't think he does. No. Okay, on to Guts doesn't take it. So Tarna next. Probably a ruptured muscle. 5, 6, 7. An image of the screaming heart is seared into your memory. If you're not blind, suffer blind. She is not blind, so she will suffer blind. Okay. Oh, she does gain a bleed from that, doesn't she? She's going to need to heal up. A bleed, along with another evasion. Or she just needs to be the target of everything, I don't know. And then last is Titan. Do they get knocked down after blind? No. Doesn't really matter, but... Titan. Titan next. A 10. Oh, for fuck's sake. Okay, I guess we'll go to here and see. It's either a 2 or an 8. And this is telling me it rolled a 5. So... No, that's gotta be... Oh, that's telling me... Wait, what? So we rolled a 9, then a 5, then a 2/5? Oh, it's from the die that I dropped over here. So it's a 2. Yeah, see, because I dropped that die over here and it'll read a 5. Yeah, that's my bad. It's a 2. So 2, your arms give off steam and burst. Suffered the ruptured muscle, severe injury for old Titan. Who does not have any... but wait. It's not dismembered. Okay, so we just have to suffer it. Ruptured muscle. No unbreakable, unfortunately. Oh, you can no longer activate fighting arts. Titan's fated blow is now wasted. Wasted! Ugh. Because we can't use his fated blow anymore. Can't use any fighting arts. Dang it. Okay, who went blind again? That would have had to have been Tarna. Tarna has... Oh, Tarna has a dried acanthus, actually. So, she does not suffer blind. She loses the acanthus. So, dried acanthus goes in the garbage. It saves her from that. Okay. So that's done. Now we do the destructible gear, which we already did. And the Dragon King's protective chest sphincter screws shut. We remove all those -1 toughness tokens. Okay, but that was our first attack, right? Guts was our first one. I don't think it's destructible gear. That's only if you roll for soluble. Oh, archive all destructible terrain. That's all it is. Um, okay, so I'm just going to surge with guts since we know that there's another one of those. Have guts surge. 4 speed. Looking for 4 plus. 1, 2. Okay, we know that those two are safe, so it's... Oh, no, we only know the top one is safe. Unimpervious. But we're likely going to crit it. We'll do Irradiate first, I guess, since it's down to 0. So we're looking for like a 4 plus, I think. 6. 6 would crit, but there is no crit location. So it is just a wound. And he is going to perform Irradiate. So he's down to 6 health points now. He gets a... Oh, I'm sorry, I put all those back because I was going out of order. So he gains 1. And now we have to roll with guts to see if we avoid the unseen agony. We need a 2 plus. Perfect. So we avoid it. And we move on to Serpent Horns to get 2 resources that we're never going to use. That's a crit. So where it would have normally caused 2 damage, we are just going to get 2 horn fragments. Lame. They don't give us anything. So that's it for Guts. Guts has attacked and surged. He hasn't moved. Yeah, he has. He moved 1. So I'm gonna keep Tarna doing the Cat Eye Circlet, I think. Let's Cat Eye Circlet because we're down to 10 cards before the trap, so we're gonna want to minimize trap damage. So let's have Tarna look. 1, 2, 3. Can't kill it this turn. I would be fairly confident in next turn, but I don't think we'll get through it this turn. This has a persistent injury. Ruined Coolants. Whenever the monster performs Meltdown, it suffers a wound at the end of the story event. That's nice. Gain +1 Husk. Place a lava pool. So a crit would be fairly important here. Put this down at the bottom. This, then this. Okay, rock is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Way out of range. So I'm almost wondering if we should dash with Titan to get that +1 speed going. Because it's not a fighting art. It's a gear rule. So we could dash 1, 2, 3. We could dash 3, which gets... What does the duration do on the AI? It was a good one. So whenever he performs Meltdown, he suffers a wound. So he gains a temporary speed. Which means with the glaive, we're rolling 2 speed, 3 plus. Oh, the duration. Oh, okay, yeah, sure. Let me take a look. So, when this is drawn face up, the Dragon King gains -5 tokens, and we perform Meltdown. So Meltdown's going to happen again. So we need to get out of his facing, is what we really need to do. Which we should be able to. Except for Tarna. Tarna's probably smoked. Maybe not. Because Titan will be able to go 1, 2, 3, 4 after this attack because he dashed to get here. So Rock still has their turn, Tarna still has their turn. We'll be able to move out of the way. But we may need to do that between this attack. It's kind of tough because this reflex is actually going to jump him back too. So his facing becomes a little worse. That's on reflex. We're not super lucky here. So that's likely going to happen. He's likely going to move back 2 spaces. But I think we can all still get out of his range. Out of his facing. Maybe not Titan. Because Titan only has a movement of 4. So Titan can go 1, 2, 3, 4, and he'll jump back 1, 2. Yeah, so Titan won't be able to get out of his facing. Oh yeah, we could just dash him up 1 closer. Yeah. Because we only moved him 3. There we go. And now we'll get after this. So he's got 1 minus 1 toughness. Minus 1 toughness. I'm pretty sure that's a miss. So 15. And it has 16. So it is an axe. So we get to re-roll any misses. That's good. That's good for a wound. So a wound, he gains another minus 1 toughness. But it's not irradiate. It's just a minus 1 toughness. And a wound, which brings him down to 5. Here we go. A crit here would be great. I see the 10. 7. No. We only have no luck, so. It is another wound, though. Brings him down to 4. He has a token. Titan does? Just the speed token, right? So on reflex, turn to face the attacker, which he is. All survivors directly in front, which is Titan. And Tarna? Because that's directly in front. It doesn't say adjacent, right? So Tarna would suffer knockback 5. It doesn't say all survivors in his facing. It says all survivors directly in front. So I'm guessing that's these guys. So these two would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then 1, 2, 3, 4. And then without turning, move the Dragon King 2 spaces backwards. 1, 2. But it directly in front of the dragon is what's getting me here. I mean, it doesn't matter. It's gonna change 1. It would just move Rock here. So I guess we can do that if you want, just to be sure. And then we place the 2 lava pools in front. Ooh, lava pools. 1, 2. We'll just play it that way. That'll be fine. It doesn't change our strategy at all. So, unfortunately, Titan is just toast because Guts is going to dash. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. spend one of his survival to dash. Rock's gonna run 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and dash 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And block. We'll have Rock block. And Tarna can go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and dash 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 even. All the way up here if we want. Okay. So it's Titan that is about to get burned up. There's no break in flow, right? No, there's not. If there was a break in the flow, we could have snuck in a double dash somewhere. Hmm. Okay. No, he won't get it twice. He'll just get it once. Oh, it is Irradiate first. So is there a break in the flow between these cards? This is a Mithra question. If there's a break in the flow between these cards, we could dash up and then dash to get out of facing. No flow. Tragic. But there is a flow between wounds then, because when a monster's knocked down with Indomitable, you can surge between wounds. Interesting. Because Mithra did say there was flow between cards there, so it's why does it work sometimes but not other times? Alright, so he's going to perform Irradiate, so he is going to gain a -1 toughness. And then he's going to do Unseen Agony, which just hits Guts. Guts has the shield. He's hoping to dodge it. He does dodge it. And then, so that's the end of that. Then, when this is drawn face up, the Dragon King gains -5 toughness tokens. So that'll give him 8 total. I did, yes, Bill. 5, 6, 7, 8. That's all 8 of them. Oh my gosh. No, it's on both, though. It's just Guts. And Guts rolled and avoided. Yeah, Titan. Trouble, my brother. Titan can only take it if it's spread out to 2 locations. So... okay, so it's Meltdown. So each survivor caught in the Meltdown zone, which is just Titan. 1 damage, so 8 damage to 3 locations. Oh my gosh. Head and legs. Head, legs. So head is 8. Legs is 8. Arms, however, is a severe. He does not have Acanthus, but he does have Pristine. So if it's a dismembered arm, we're okay. Let's head over to severe injuries. But it's only rolling on the arm right now is what I mean. So we'll get old red die out here. What happens to Titan? An 8? I'm seeing here. He does have a reroll. Yeah, so it's an 8 on the arms. Is Spiral Fracture. Your arm twists unnaturally. That's okay. Spiral Fracture. -2 strength tokens. Did it do it? Nope. Skip next hunt, gain a bleed. Skipping the next hunt, Titan. Sorry, you're gonna have to take one off. These are indestructible, right? Oh, they are destructible. So this gets destroyed. And then this all get flipped, and this gets destroyed. It is knocked down, believe it or not. So that's that. We just did that. Now the Dragon King, we remove all those -1 toughness. I was expecting instant death, Rock. That was my expectation of what was going to happen there. 8 is ridiculous. He rolls on the chart. No, you have to re-roll the RST on charge. What? You have to roll for what? The rest of the chart. He only took the one severe injury. Oh, yeah, okay. The disintegrated. Yeah. I'm with you. I thought you were talking for. I was like, crap, did I miss severe injuries? Come on, Niner. Ooh. Titan. Never given up. He gets a fighting art for that. Acrobatics. Fighting art. But you can't use it, so. You can't use any fighting arts. But you got acrobatic. If you could dodge a meltdown, you can dodge a ball. Oh my gosh, quote of the campaign. Oh my gosh. Okay. So it's back to our survivors. So Titan's up. I guess we start moving him to try to get out of meltdown range? I don't know. We have to issue 4 more wounds is all. So I'm going to have Tarna look, actually. Tarna's going to peek at the... No, we know what... Do we know what the top 1 or is it the top 2 are irradiate? Just the top 1. So we are going to cat eye. 1, 2, 3. Wow. This is huge, guys. Okay. So we'll throw this. No, he needs to pull this. Guts needs to pull that. So probably this, this, and this. And then we'll attack with Guts, who's currently adjacent. I mean, it doesn't, not a whole lot of penalties for attacking adjacent. So greatest gax is 1, 2, 3, 4. Looking for 4 plus. Realistically, I only want to see 3 here. I'm only seeing 1. 2 hits. That's wonderful for me. I don't mind that at all. This reflex is going to perform irradiate. The wound could be something really nice. So we'll move this die off to the side, and here we are. So we'll go after Microwave Heart first. Yeah, that's good for a wound. 14 strength plus the 6. He's at a full 17 right now. So he will do Radiate. That is down to 3 health points. So he gains a -1 toughness. He's going to try to hit just Guts. Guts needs a 1+, or a 2+ here. That'll do it. So he's able to dodge that, Irradiate. And now we're on to Heart Face. 5 is a crit with the strength and luck we're running with. So that brings him down. It's Savage, brings him down to 1 health point left. Remove all the -1 toughness tokens from the monster. Gain a survival for each token removed. Sure, we'll take 1. And discard. We are going to Cat Eye Circlet. Again, we're going to Surge with Tarna to Cat Eye. Oh my gosh. It's one of the bottom 3 cards. So this is a wound. If this wound happens, it sucks. Yeah, we're going to have Rock end this. Okay, Rock's going to roll up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5, and then dash 6 to get there. Because he has to be adjacent. And then he's going to attack with the Riot Mace, which is 2 speed, ensuring we will not draw the trap. A 1 and a 9, okay, gosh. So we draw this one. We have 19 strength and sharp. So anything aside from a 1 kills the Dragon King. Campaign over. It is a successful wound, which brings him to 0 life points. I mean, I guess we'll figure out this wound here. The Dragon King doesn't like to be touched. Full move towards the attacker, already next to him. They are snatched up and thrown. If the attacker is adjacent to the monster, place them knocked down on an unoccupied corner of the showdown board. Launched you on his way out the door. I am amazed. We whooped him. We whooped on him. We beat him. We killed him. We've been live for an hour and 50 minutes. Yeah, let's see where the trap did end up. Bottom decking the trap is big. It was second to last. Shield was huge. Giving it to Guts ended up being amazing. Because Guts was just tearing him up. Second to bottom card was the trap. Alright. Let's head back over to our Death of the Dragon King. Aftermath. Victory. The people of the stars stand over the collapsed hulk of the Dragon King. They lift the enormous monster into the air, its body surprisingly papery and light. Marching somberly into the tomb, the people of the stars steal into the darkness, carrying the massive molten heart of their... Oh, that's such a huge bummer. Progenitor? Savagely, they rend it into glowing pieces, consuming it with glee. With burned tongues and blackened grimaces, they sputter and retch smoke. Terrible heat incinerates the people of the stars from the inside out. Amidst the scorching pain, the people feel a spark of warmth. A glowing ember sets their dying bodies ablaze with power. The end. That was amazing.
Do I feel like the fight was underwhelming? No, I don't at all. I feel like I feel like almost everything that could have possibly gone our way went our way, and that's why we won. I missed one attack that entire or one wound that entire time. It was just one miss. Everything else was yeah, I think I just got super lucky and fortunate and yeah, that was amazing. Yeah, all the bad settlements, we built up some good karma. Check out his legendary. What is his legendary? Is it in the book? Oh, his legendary AI. Yeah, and we didn't draw that either. Whoops. So his legendary was also bottom decked, which is big. So let me tab this up for you guys so you can see it. So it's Death Descending. Furthest threat, no target core countdown. The Dragon King leaps into the air, remove it from the showdown board. Then place the dragon adjacent to the target on top of as many other survivors as possible. On collision, survivors suffer 5 damage to 3 hit locations. And then attack, which would have been 7 speed, 7 damage. Oh, that card is ridiculous. We should look at this complete showdown. I'm letting him go home. That's absurd, by the way. But can we take a minute to appreciate the stats on Rock? Absurd. Stats like you'll never see again. Rock was good. Guts was pretty good as well. Tarna was our worst one out there with those stats. Titan stats were crazy. My gosh. That's amazing. You guys, I have some mixed emotions. Like I'm thrilled that we beat him. But this was by far my favorite Kingdom Death campaign. Not just of the two that I've streamed, but I would say overall, that was my favorite. That was we had so much fun. I can't speak for you guys, but I had so much fun on this campaign. We drew horrific settlement events the whole time, really. The whole time. But I I have a soft spot in my heart for People of the Bloom because it was the first expansion campaign that I played outside of People of the Lantern. But this beats it. Bloom is great, but this beats it to me. That was very. I wish so bad I had the ability or the know how to put together some sort of digital summary. It is Flower Night themed. Yep. The whole thing is People of the Flowers, and luck is huge in that you're always getting super luck survivors, and the replica flower sword is. I love the black sword in this game, but the replica flower sword is my favorite sword in the game. You can only get that through People of the Bloom campaign. So yeah, I mean, yeah, wow, fellas. I wish I could. take a month between each campaign and like digitize this campaign into, even if it's still shots of like going through what we've done. I would, if our campaign came out as a series or a 30 minute video, I'd watch it. But I don't know how to do it because I don't know how to do any of that stuff. Maybe someday. Maybe someday I'll be able to pay somebody to do it. This will be the first campaign I pay to have them do. But, okay, everybody. So, correct, there is no flow between traits. That's great to know. Uh, I know you can usually just listen to Rock for the right answers, but okay, everybody. So here is currently the plan. I have a lot of busy weekends in March, so this was amazing and wonderful, but I'll probably pick up the next campaign in April. Pick it up in April. It will be a People of the Bloom. We will replace the Kingsman with Slenderman. We will probably add the Manhunter. Maybe. That one still needs a little bit of discussion. And we will be replacing the Phoenix with the Dragon King. So, until then, please be active in the Discord. Just because I won't be able to stream with you guys doesn't mean that I don't want to still talk to all you fellas throughout the next month. I love chatting Kingdom Death with you guys. I love chatting strategy. All that stuff's super important to me. It's really become a big thing for me. I check, like I'm always checking Discord to make sure that there's no conversations happening that I can't jump in and be a part of. But it was wonderful. It was wonderful, and I appreciate all you guys for making it wonderful. Rock and Bill, you guys being on top of rules and making sure it plays smooth is so much easier. You know, I don't really have this many rule issues in person because there's 3 different people at the same time working through everything. So it's a lot easier to follow rules, but you guys make it a lot easier for me to keep the rules straight and tighten the strategy sessions and all that we take part in Discord. I love them. So I'll chat with you guys throughout the next month. But we, as people of the stars, we did it. We won. Something to be proud of. We did it. It took us a couple months, but we did it. You guys have a great rest of your day and a great next week, and I look forward to seeing y'all next time.